If we're the only ones here, I can move over here by Erlen, so we're not so far apart. Okay,
You didn't go to the plane, did you, switch days?
no,
We're live.
How'd the mule thing go, Matt? The event, how did it go? Nobody got hurt? That's good that's good.
You want to call the meeting to order, Agnes?
oh, yes, would like to call the meeting to order of the redevelopment commission. Present would be Deb Sutton King, Arlen Mitchell, Agnes Schock, and our secretary treasurer, I guess we'd call you, Bill Warren. Absent would be Caitlin Rhodes and Bob Rhodes. I think I have everybody. Okay. So the meeting's called to order. The reason for the meeting tonight is to look.
I need to read my thing. I
Oh,
need
you
to
do
put
have to
that on
read your
the-
thing. So sorry.
Geneva Redevelopment Commission meetings are now live streamed and recorded. Your participation in the meeting is your consent to the recording and rebroadcasting of the meeting on the town's YouTube channel. Got that covered.
All right. So the reason for the meeting this evening is to look at some quotes or bids that we received, that we advertised in the newspaper for a couple different projects. The pickleball court, the gazebo, the paving of an area, and what am I missing?
School basketball.
The school basketball court. Okay.
Okay, you should have in your packet a bid sheet. I sent out bid packages to Marquee Builders and Irelli Design out of Indianapolis for the gazebo and for the paving, Yoder Excavating, KBL Transport, and Brooks Construction. We will go ahead and open the bids. I have only one bid for the gazebo. That's from Marquee. There is a $50 bond in there. Cashier's check. They have a gazebo estimated price of $54,145.00.
Could you tell me the dimensions of that gazebo again?
It's 20 by 20.
20 by what?
20 by 20?
It's kind of a hectagon
Yeah, a
shape.
hectagon 20 by 20.
Okay.
I've got a drawing of it if you want to see it.
No, I'm good. It's fine. Thank
I
you.
I think they've got everything in here they're supposed to have. So that's what we got for that one. Now open the bids for KBL for paving. KBL looks like they have pretty much what I put in the specs written down. They've got it priced for each item. Walkways is $75,210. The tennis court is $22,630. And the basketball court is $24,264. And somebody at
24,000,
$24,264.
because they're gonna take out everything, start over.
They're gonna mill it down an inch and a half and then put an inch and a half of new asphalt on top of it.
And you call it tennis court, but you mean the pickleball court every time.
Pickleball court, yeah,
Okay, and that's gonna be redoing it there as
Same
well,
way.
right?
the whole, what is it, 40 by 120 feet or whatever.
They're gonna mill it all down. Or mill it to get level. I noticed the other basketball court that we just resurfaced has a lot of dips and valleys.
Okay.
We don't want that on a pickleball court for
Nope.
sure.
And it won't have that on the basketball court at the
Good, good.
school either. And we'll open the bid from Brooks. They've got the walkways at $84,895. Wait, I needed to check one thing in here. I didn't see a check.
I didn't see
A
it
bond?
either.
There's a check there.
Oh, okay.
It just didn't come out with the pamphlet, so they had their bond. To make sure that we have a bond from that. I do not see a bond from Brooks, but I go through. These, see if I missed it somewhere. Could be stapled to paper, I'm not.
Sorry. I do not see one either.
Okay, bids are $84,895 for the walkway. Tennis court, pickleball court, $19,195. And basketball court, $29,970. For a total of $134,060. Did somebody,
I
Total
did
up
not
to-
yet, but I will. What was that total?
134,060.
Just a second, I'll get the other one. If I did it right, it's 122,104. Let me try again, just to be sure. For a difference of 11,956, just in case anybody wanted to know.
That is all the bids I have.
Oh, we didn't get one from the other, okay.
The design firm from Indianapolis was kind of funny. She emailed me on Thursday asking for bid documents.
Oh,
I sent them to her on Friday. She emailed me on Sunday asking if she could submit them electronically. And I said, you can, but that's a legal question because we asked for sealed bids.
oh,
She contacted me again Sunday and said, I'll have them there by 5 o'clock. They're not here, so
oh, shoot.
doesn't make any difference.
No.
So, but Brooks didn't have a bond.
Nope, but they were also the higher of the two bids.
Well, on two of the items, yes.
Well,
Or total.
overall.
We're doing.
We're gonna use one to do everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
To me, that would just make the most sense.
I don't wanna have to deal with Brooks coming in trying to do this at the same time KBL is doing
Right.
that.
Right.
And KBL did the
I'll make
walkways
sure I
that we
got the
got,
numbers right.
and I thought they did an excellent job
I did
last
too.
time. They were very responsive.
And if we get them, they can fix the pothole in the wall.
That is actually
Yeah.
in the spec
Fix the wall.
document.
Okay, that kind of pothole or
There
the
was a
dip that's in
sinkhole that
the.
formed on the walkway
Oh, there is.
just west of the concession stand.
Well, yeah.
If you walk it, they got it marked with chalk.
They do, somebody, when they were whole pot,
That's because you're looking at it the wrong way.
Whole pot instead of
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah,
So I would make a motion that we accept the low bid from KBL and the low bid from Marquee pending attorney approval. I'll take it up to Nick and let him make sure everything looks right in the documents.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any additional discussion?
I'm sorry.
Any additional discussion?
I don't believe so.
I had a question in my head, it popped out.
Oh, you got it with that,
What?
All
my
right,
other page.
with a motion and a
Right here.
second on the
Never
floor
mind
to
that.
accept KBL to do the walkway, the pickleball court, and the basketball court. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, it is carried. Thank you, Bill.
I will notify them after the attorney
Okay.
gives his okay.
Were these numbers, had any idea ahead of time that we were kind of expecting something ballpark here or not? I was trying to
Well-
find anything in my notes. I didn't see anything.
Walkway is a little bit more expensive than it was. We did 1,800 feet and it was $86,000. We're doing 1,300, but right now you're quoting with fuel surcharges and asphalt uses a lot of fuel.
Yeah. Okay,
So gazebo may be a little higher than what I expected. It's definitely more than we paid for the pavilion and the entrance. I think that was 46
yeah, I just came
or
across that.
48,000.
Well, the
but I
pavilion
also-
was only like 20 something.
I also asked for the gazebo to be a little more ornate,
Mhm.
not just a plain and some brick rack, and we got a railing around it
You had
because
bird
it's,
netting and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't remember if we had that.
but it's,
Now, do
it's,
we have any electric in the gazebo?
no,
No, okay. I was trying to find some of the rest of
we
it.
may add that at a later date, but I didn't this time.
Yeah, it'd be easy enough to add, I'm sure. Yeah. Although, next on the agenda then, do we have another financial report? Oh, wait, maybe I'm looking at the wrong agenda.
So we-
I gotta flip my page over.
Approval of minutes.
Yeah, approval of minutes from 7/6, which is in our packet. You take the time to read them here. Are there any questions or additions, corrections to the minutes? I would need a motion then to approve as
All
presented.
motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Approval of expenditures, we don't
I
have another
don't,
one here, do we?
we had one and I forgot to put it on there.
Okay,
We'll catch it next time. It was like $80 for advertising to the burn witness.
okay,
I did send a letter to all the affected taxing units that I mistakenly put the wrong fiscal year.
Mhm.
The auditor returned a TY, which I assume means thank you, but I don't know what,
so we don't know if we're gonna get any recompense, not recompense,
any
any
penalty or not.
penalty for that.
I'm gonna guess not, because we've done it wrong. And he's interpreted. Yeah, he should have probably come back and told me, but it was my fault.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we do, there's nothing I can do about it.
right,
But I also told him there was no XX valuation coming back in 2028 also.
yeah,
So we got that one covered.
Well, and we kind of told them every year that that's our expectation, but.
Yep.
Okay, review of the projects, the batting cage, I was to bring it up at the South Adams Youth League meeting, about a week and a half ago. And I went to the meeting and lo and behold, they canceled it and I didn't know it.
Oh,
So I went to the meeting, but it was no meeting. But we had a change of presidency, so I think they just called it until they can reassess who's going to be in office, for that board. So at this time, that's on hold, but the batting cage is not really needed till next spring, but it would be nice that it was ready to go in the spring. So I'm going to continue to work on that. I finally got everybody else's phone numbers, which I didn't have before. So maybe that'll help me proceed a little bit further on that. Landscaping, I did get a hold of Mark Donaghy. It took just a couple days. He did respond, and said he wanted to have something ready for our next meeting. When is it? I said, oh, in about 5 days. He said, well, I'm not going to probably have something ready in 5 days, but he would get it ready rather soon. So whether or not we want to call a meeting to look at that, or if we have another meeting coming up, we'll do it then.
Yeah, we'll see what we've got coming up. I'd like to move on that if we could.
Yeah, he would like to have something started and moving on it in the fall.
The problem is, depending how much he's got, we're gonna have to bid it, or at least
True.
can't just, I'd like to let him just do it, but
Mhm. Yeah.
we'll get in trouble if we do that.
Yeah.
And it depends, I suppose, to some degree, being it'll be fall, maybe we only have time to do
So much.
part of what we're going to do, and we're just going to do that. And then maybe we fall under that limit because we're not going to do it all.
Well,
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
an option
We'll
for
have,
us.
we'll have to see what it is.
2027 projects,
I mentioned last meeting, start thinking of what we want to do in 2027. I've got $250,000 being appropriated for next year. I had written down some, but start rolling it around in your head. I think we need a flagpole down at the Ball Diamonds.
Yeah.
we don't have one.
I don't think so.
Then
We
I
always,
definitely think
we
that's a
always
must.
sang the whatever at the beginning of the ball game. Was the flag always on top of our sign, our scoreboard before?
I don't know. I just thought we ought to have a permanent flagpole down there.
I do too.
We,
I'm with you.
so these are just things I'm listing, and I need other people to come up with other stuff. So I have some reason to justify that $250,000 appropriation. We've talked about it. I'd like some kind of shelter to school basketball court. And maybe it's no more than a 10 by 20 one that we get from the playground people. Just something where people
Something
can get
there.
out of the sun or the rain.
I think that's critical.
And we have room to put one up there?
Yes.
Because we gotta be careful with our,
Yeah, there's,
next to the TIF district kind of area. We're okay.
yeah, we're okay.
Okay.
We need to talk about replacing the playground equipment at the north end of the Cardinal Park, and I'm thinking more heavy duty stuff like we have now, only updated.
Right.
So that it's for bigger kids and.
Because, just talking about that one, where I've been getting them and where I'm looking at the picnic tables and things like that. They do like a separate swing set type thing, but do they have like a separate slide and separate monkey bars and separate like merry-go-round type things?
Well,
Not necessarily.
There's places that have that
So,
stuff.
yeah.
But.
It's
I
kind
can
of
tell you,
expensive.
It's expensive, but I think that stuff needs replaced.
Yeah, and I think that
And it
the
needs to
separate
be-
parts,
It needs to be for bigger people.
yeah, so, okay.
Number-wise, Bill, as we think of things, all of this, where do we have our financials that show, I'm trying to find one of those reports. If we spend all what we have on here, that, whatever it was, plus whatever, we still have some other things coming in expense-wise, versus the only expense out on the table right now, or the benches.
Once we get the picnic tables and things,
Got
we haven't done
picnic
that yet.
tables. I didn't bring my list. I've got a list at home. That's why I did the additional appropriation. We could have $80,000 yet this year for a maintenance building. We've got the could have this year, fencing for the pickleball courts and the basketball court. We could have some landscaping this year.
And then all those quotes we just got.
Well, and I'm
Plus the
just
quotes I've got.
wondering with what we have allocated for this year, is what we have allocated this year enough to cover all those? Or is that going to be eating some of the 250 from next year?
No, the 250 for next year is entirely separate.
Okay, because
And
I'm trying to find out, what do we have allocated for this year? I can't find our report.
I don't have it in here. I didn't bring it. We did, I think it was 200,000.
Yeah, and then we added the
Appropriation was
69
62 carried over.
or 62.
So I asked her to do an additional, and the group approved it, 150,000. So we'll have 350,000 available for this year.
Well, the 262 plus 150 be 412.
And we have a balance on hand of 422, so that leaves us 70. If we spent all that, we'd have 72,000 left at the end of the year. Oh no, we'd have more than that because we'll get another. So we're financially okay.
Okay.
And I'll make sure when I put these numbers in for the 2 quotes, that we're gonna be okay for appropriations for this year. And I'd ask Matt if he thought the maintenance building was gonna get done this year or not. He wasn't sure.
We're hoping.
We're hoping for it, but we don't know.
Trent's watching, he did say we do have a flagpole down there in Cardinal Park, he said it's behind Kofax Field.
Just say, I thought we did, because we used to sing the song at the beginning of the game, and we always had a flag to face. I mean, I'm talking
Okay.
lots of years ago, but,
I didn't think we did, so I put that on here, on my list.
no, that's a good thing, though.
And then the last one I had, I don't know if South Adams Trails is gonna be ready for any funding or not, if they need to have any engineering work.
Not for the trails. Right now, some of the things they're doing wouldn't be in our TIF district. Along the trail, they're gonna do a storybook thing, where they
Okay.
put signs up. They want to do directional well, not directional, markings on the trail, so emergency services know where they're at. If somebody
Oh,
goes down,
Yeah.
I'm at
that's a
marker
good idea.
number, whatever. So they want to get those in. There's a few other things they're working on. They're trying to decide where their next funds, and I think it'll either be somewhat paving when you go off the trail past that cemetery into the woods out to the covered bridge. They might do that, but that's not in our district. And there was one other big expense, but again, not in our district, it's in the TIF district. So right now, the things they have on the agenda, I don't think will hit us in this year or
Okay.
maybe even next. So that's what I know there.
Just know that previously we had talked about like another shelter, like a big, didn't we? For like,
Yeah, but is it ever really going to be used? I would love to use it for things that I feel people will actually be using. Will we rent that? I mean,
Oh, is that what you're talking about? Enclosed shelter?
yes.
we're talking $500,000 almost. I'd
That
hate to
one-
spend that
that
much
one-
without a study.
I think you were supposed to ask council if they approve that or not, because I don't wanna do that without them giving an
Oh,
okay.
no, I understand.
And I can't speak for them, but I'm gonna guess that they'll no,
Okay.
because the maintenance and taking care of it would be.
Sure.
And are we going to have enough renters to value that
Yeah.
much money spent of tax dollars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
and-
we have a lot of needs, I'm sure, if we think about it.
You know, and I need to know if like, just throwing this out there, something like they have like kind of like, at Fort Recovery, like the amphitheater type thing.
Sure.
Where there's like, kind of like a stage and then like the tiered seatings type thing. I don't know if that would get used or anything, or, you know, I know that originally we had kind of talked about that with our first talking of things, but
Well, Decatur's got Madison Street, you know, where they have events every Thursday night. And maybe it'd be something could be used like they,
something similar, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just
One other
thinking-
thing I would just like to remind us as a committee, we started out with this idea with the park and everything, but this TIF board shouldn't be only focused on only park.
No,
Yeah, and we seem to always be centered around the park.
And it's because I
I
think
think-
that's where the current projects are, so that's
Right,
just where the
right.
mind
So I think
goes.
thinking of some ideas, additional ideas outside of just the
Yeah.
park, I think people would appreciate that as well. I think the park, what we're doing is fantastic. But I
Yeah.
think we do have to open up to,
And if you look
I do
on the project list at the end of the packet, we've got Memorial Park that we're waiting on input from. Somebody wants us to do something there,
thank you.
the
I'm
town
trying to say.
projects, and then stuff that we've considered that has been.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, if somebody thinks of something out of there, because I was wondering if Trails wanted some type of pavilion at the start of the trail.
And was Trail talking about bringing that? Is that not in the tip to bring it into town?
If they brought it in that pattern, part of it may be till they get to maybe EPC possibly, and then they want to go through maybe the marshland, which is owned by somebody else, not by us.
Okay.
They don't know what they want to do right now. It's all just they've kind of looked at a couple other things they know they want to maybe complete before they start, because that takes a lot of fundraising, because you're probably talking a couple $1 million again. So they just don't see that on the forefront.
Okay.
But it might be an idea down the road.
I'm gonna leave it in there as a potential project. Maybe not next year, but 2 years from now or something. And if they ever get an idea and decide they wanna do it, give us a heads up of what it's gonna cost, cause we can, I'm struggling to come up with very many big projects for 27.
But we
And-
can use this for our, like wastewater infrastructure, all of that.
If it's.
I mean, a lot of cities do,
If it's in the TIF district,
right? Mhm.
so.
I mean, when I go to big conferences, a lot of
Oh,
money is
well,
spent on
that's-
that kind of,
Burns TIF district is all to fund.
Yeah.
The FCC acquisition,
mhm.
but they don't have, it was simply bonded out, they got the money from the bond.
Yeah.
Did all their stuff, and now they use their TIF money to pay off the bond.
Did, Matt, did you talk to Gabbard or whomever about the fencing, how we all thought it was gonna be over the playground
I did
equipment?
not speak to Gabbard, but spoke to Trent, he said that is the way it's supposed to be, that's the way Gabbard did. So that's all that I know.
So Trent,
I would like to see that quote, because that's never what we discussed here.
I gave you a copy of the code, I sent it to you.
But it just said, it didn't,
That's
it
it.
wasn't very specific.
No, it was not very specific.
But Trent
Yeah.
should have known that we wanted it over the playground equipment, because he was at some of our meetings.
I don't know that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
There's no
disappointing.
documentation to prove.
I know, that's pretty disappointing, yeah. I mean, what they got up
So
is
that may
nice,
be
you know.
something that we need to look at funding as well as new netting over the playground equipment.
I'll put it on there. We can do next year and see how well what we got up there works. If it doesn't
Yeah.
catch the foul balls, we can look at doing something additional.
So this pickleball court did not include, it doesn't include the fencing? I thought we were.
No.
This is only just the paving part of the project. Oh, well, we got to get that in. You can't have a pickleball court without.
I think
fencing.
that's already out. It's out, we just haven't gotten it back yet.
Matt has what we decided we wanted for fencing. You got that right?
Okay,
And so he has to get some quotes from Gabbard and RNC Fence or wherever for that. And then when the paving's done, they'll have to put that up.
I don't remember how we are, and you've been out there probably a lot now, Matt. Do we have bleachers or anything like bleachers that are decent? Because for a while, we were replacing the wood seats and
Oh,
steps
I
on
think there's a
bleachers.
couple sets of metal ones out there.
Yeah, there's some need, I mean, we've done some repairs and some of the wood ones and stuff.
Yeah, they were in bad shape.
I'll
A
put
few
that
years
down
ago.
for next year.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Well, I do, they were really bad a while back. And we did some work on them, but I thought, well, if they were wood, they're probably gonna get bad again. I just can't recall. I've driven out there several times. I can't recall what's out there right now. So, any other ideas?
So yeah, going forward, just be thinking of things that we'd like to do that I can flesh out the $250,000 with some actual projects. Not that anybody looks at that, but I do. Yeah, you have to give it to Gateway and nobody pays any attention to it. It's just one of those things you have to do.
And half over is not in the TIF district.
No, it is not.
That's a shame.
I know.
There's a lot of work being done out there.
And we tried, this may have been before your time, we tried to pony up that we take care of the entire cost at Cardinal Park. And the town could put their money to half holder, and the attorney said, that's not gonna happen. He says, you can't do that. So
And we've tried to get Affolter into the TIF, but it's just no way.
It's
you
really
can
a
do
sad
that,
situation.
But you really have to wiggle it around and get out there.
Because, I mentioned a lot of times in our meeting and our chairman has a deaf ear to that Apple Park, anything Apple Park, anything of that, he blows it off, so I.
And in the future, one thing we could elect to do, I forget, I'm gonna guess we collect $100,000 that the town would normally get every year. We could elect to go, we're giving an excess valuation back. We've got no projects to spend it on this year.
And let them use it
And
for
then
the park.
everybody gets
Yeah,
the divvy of their money back to them, or 50% of it. I don't know how that works exactly. But we could elect to do that one year. Because
yeah.
my goal is not to build a cash reserve of $1 million in the TIF district.
Use it,
It needs to go to places that it can be used, not sit in the bank.
I agree.
Matt, as far as on the town, I mean, with the maintenance building, that's gonna be a big help. Are there other things currently that you know of now that you've been here for a while? You may not be aware which all things we can do from TIF money, but do you feel there would be some things that the town would benefit if we had some TIF dollars towards whatever some projects are that you have?
I mean, I'm not an expert at the TIF map, but definitely would like to look at. I mean, we've got some storm basins and lines that need cleaned out, or, you know, we got roots in them, we've got debris in them. But there's some.
What about replacing those 4-inch lines? I think Railroad Street is in the TIF district.
We can look at that.
I will send you a big map of the TIF district, so you can see where it actually is.
I think I've got one, I didn't look at projects within that district.
Oh, so you don't need me to send it
I
to
think
you?
I've got that.
If that's helpful.
We can look at that and see.
I mean, it helps in a lot of ways. I did contact again, I sent 2 emails. I actually copied Matt, but I should have copied you too, to the State Board of Accounts again, because I never got a response back after the last time. I sent the first question to DLGF for the roller being able to be purchased with TIF, because it's take care of park, which is in TIF district, and streets, part of which is, they told me to contact State Board of Accounts. So contact State Board of Accounts a couple weeks ago, basically sent the same email to them, never received anything. So today I sent it. And then I resent what I originally sent, because in my original statement, I had quoted some areas out of the TIF wording. So hopefully they'll get back with us and answer whether or not that could be
And
used.
I added that to our project.
Yeah, the 15,000 estimated
One
cost.
of the things Trent is reminding me of, downtown lights. Lights we have are in rough shape.
We just got these not that many years ago.
They upgraded them to LEDs,
Yeah.
but they're in horrible shape.
Okay, downtown lights.
Downtown's in the TIF district.
And we need, like, we talked about going through and replacing all the plexiglass in them, because
Mm-hmm,
they're very foggy, faded.
mm-hmm.
A lot of they're not sealed very well, they're full of bugs.
It just seemed like we didn't get them that long ago, but I don't remember when we got them. Maybe I
These
just,
lights were here when I started.
not the decorative ones? I thought I
Now,
remembered.
Cody converted it to LEDs.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Nice for here. Took office in 2009.
Yeah, I didn't remember that we had the decorative ones. I thought we ordered those later. Okay,
I'll put that on the list.
yep, that's a good one. That was a good catch.
Okay, everybody?
Yeah, is that, any other business then is on our
I
agenda?
have one thing I like, are we about done?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a fun thing. We go to a little town in Michigan called Chelsea. Have you ever heard of Chelsea, Michigan? You have?
I have, I don't know
It's a
why,
home
but I've heard of it.
It's the home of Jiffy Mix, and we're a big hauler for them, Mitchell Trucking is. And, in that town, it's a small town, maybe it's not as big as Bern, but it has a nice little downtown area, but on the way in, there is a rock, and I know you've been by Quilted Rock over here on the way to Salina. Quilted Rock is way too big for what I'm thinking. But I think I got a company that would, put one in for us. And what this thing is, and there's an advantage in Chelsea, that they have a small college in that town. But this rock is on a main drive, and, the youth or the young people get to do what they want. And I think the code of what would you call it, just, whatever. They appreciate each other's work, and they don't go and redo it right away. But I imagine it gets probably 20 coats of paint a year. The people come in there, the youth or whoever wants to do a paint, they paint the rock. Nothing vulgar. And it's just the neatest thing, because when you come to town, you think, well, wonder what's on the rock now? And, this rock will have just all kind of fun stuff. And, I got a company in mind that might pay for that, and I have to have a little concrete base, because they're gonna wanna come in there.
How big is this rock?
Huh?
How big is this rock?
It's not near anything like that over there. I use that as an example. The rock is probably, I'm saying it's this,
5 or 6 feet tall?
this tall here, and about like this here. And it's just on a corner of the street right there, where it's visible on the road. It's just a thing. And, I think the youth, especially would have fun with that. It's
Oh,
just, and no expense. I mean, I think I can get a donor for that. If you guys would have any interest in that, it'd have to be in the right location for the fun part of it. But, it's a neat thing for,
It makes me think about, there might be other possibilities for something like that as well.
yeah.
So that's something I hadn't thought about, but
you could put that out by the trail.
Exactly.
That would be
I'm just throwing it out there for you to think about a little bit, and I'm trying to get my son, because I don't go anymore, but, I'll see if I can get some pictures from
Yeah.
Chelsea of that. Jiffy Mix makes the little blue box. That's the only town in the whole world that makes Jiffy Mix. And, I went to the 500 one year, and I'm saying this big Indy car stuff, everything, Jiffy on it. Well, they all want to be Jiffy, And, it was, owned by them, the family. Howdy Holmes Jr. was the driver, and he's the owner of Jiffy Mix. It's one of those, back in those days when they had owners and private people could have a car in there.
Yeah.
That all went big time. Jiffy Mix is that company. It's really neat.
Here's a picture of that.
oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah.
So it is a little bit more decorative. It's not a square, so there's probably more roof line, more stuff to do.
So that one's 20, is it 20 by 20?
20 by 20, 10 foot high, and then
Okay.
19 to the peak.
Thank you.
I don't know that it's gonna look like that, but if we're gonna raise it on some nice cement platform, it's kind of cool, but I don't know that we're doing that.
I don't know if that's the best option with handicap accessibility anyway.
No, it wouldn't be, unless you had a ramp on the one side.
Right.
All right, any other business? If not, a motion to adjourn?
I will motion.
Second,
Okay, we got a motion and a second.
do you have any problem with,
All right.
being put on the prayer list in our church?
Yeah.
Do I have no problem with that?
We are adjourned.